guys, John here for Obese to Beast. I'm here with Kevin from Fitman Cook.
What's going on, y'all?
We just recorded a video for his channel, and I wasn't planning on recording a video, and then he said I should, so.
He should record it. This is a nice studio, man.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta take advantage of it.
Yeah, so we decided, we were kind of talking, and what we came up with when we were talking when we were cooking is, something that you guys know about me recently is that I had left my job, and it was something that, I'm not sure if you realize how big of an impact you were on that for me, because as you guys know, I was at the Arnold, we were together, we hung out a little bit, and I remember we were eating breakfast one of the days, and I was telling you about how I kind of thought about maybe, you know what I mean, pursuing YouTube as a full-time thing, or just pursuing my passion, really, and you said, I don't see why you wouldn't, because you said, I think your words were, I see a place for you in this. Mm-hmm. And that meant a lot to me, and I mean, I just wanted to maybe talk about how, because I know recently it's been like a year and a few months that you left your job, which was a lot, like, I don't want to say better paying, but it was a lot, it's different than Starbucks, you know what I mean, your job. So I just kind of wanted to bring up maybe like what you thought about that, how that came about for
your
you.
Passion
Yeah, exactly.
And what's going for it. Yeah, you know, like what I meant by there's a place for you here is that it's very rare that you find people who just really are flowing in whatever they're really good at. And when I see you on camera, and then I met you in person, it was just like a natural fit. We never talked once about your favorite coffee.
That's
talked
true.
About
what's your favorite kind of macchiato?
Yeah, it never came up. It just never came up.
Yeah.
But what did come up is just like your passion to really help people, your own journey, what you're doing now, the goals you're setting for yourself. That all came out, and so why wouldn't you do that? And so I think that for me, when finding out like my passion in life and making the decision to quit my job, it was more like I finally had to do the thing that was actually keeping me up at night. That's not always easy, right? Because we've got to balance our passion and also the practicality of it, of being able to pay our bills and do things like that. There's a big difference between faith and foolish. Right? And so I think a lot of times people will just think they can just jump right out there and do it without the proper kind of network set up. But for you, it just made so much sense because you've had so many different opportunities.
Yeah, I think it was like one of those things where, as the insider, right, the person that it's all happening to, it seems like crazy. But then having your outside perspective of like, why haven't you done this yet? You know what I mean? You didn't say that, but like, that's what so many people would say. They would be like, why haven't you done it? And they didn't get it. And I guess in my head, I was so like, I need to work this job because this is what gives me money. And then realizing, I mean, luckily I've had these things that have happened to me that have made it so it was possible for even the thought of maybe leaving that job to come up. But it was the thought that I had, and then I would always kind of shove it to the side, being like, almost thinking that I didn't deserve that. Does that make sense? Like, I don't deserve to do what I want for the rest of my life. I deserve to work a job where I make just enough money to pay my bills, and that's what I deserve, because I can't really explain to you why that would be what I was thinking, but that's really what it was. It was me not thinking that I was deserving enough to really chase after my dreams. Right. And that might come from because I've always been someone that, especially when I was heavier, that I would always like I don't want to say self-loathing, but you start just dissing yourself, making fun of yourself, and that might have been part of that,
Yeah, it's really hard to get into that self-deprecation whenever you, especially at the state that you were in, and realizing, like how, like you saw this goal probably like for yourself of this ideal physique, and you're so much farther away like from that, and so it's really easy to kind of get into that cycle of be like, you can't do this, you can't do that, look at yourself right now. But there was a quote that I really like about that. It's the mirror shows you today, but faith shows you tomorrow, basically. And so sometimes we get into the habit of looking at a situation at just the mirror and looking at, like our body doesn't look like what we want it to look like, or our career doesn't look like that, or our relationship doesn't look like that. But sometimes we have to kind of change the lens and get a different perspective. And people sometimes are able to give you that perspective because you're seeing the mirror and you're seeing Starbucks and you're seeing your bills, and I'm saying, oh man, this guy is so motivational. I love like being around him. He's just great.
I think, and it was like one of those things where it's like you just experienced what I've been going through. And there's not that many people in the world that have. So I think seeing that you've been able to make such a great name for yourself, and you've done such an awesome job. Seriously, you've helped. tried to make a lot of your recipes.
You've been doing good, man. I see you posting some stuff on Instagram.
I've been trying, man. I've been trying.
You've been doing a good job.
But I think it was like that I've seen you were just, it was just such a relatable thing that we were so close in our experiences of what we've gone through, that hearing it from you was like, okay, this needs to happen. Like, this makes sense for me. And that's like what I wanted to bring up too, was like, there's so many people that have these passions that are so hard to reach.
Right.
Like, I remember I was a drummer, and if you see any of my videos, you see that I used to play drums. And I remember that I would have loved to quit all of my stuff and just follow that, but that just wasn't feasible. It wouldn't have happened. So there's definitely that, like you were saying, that fine line between, is it right? Like, does this make sense though? Yeah. So I mean, I just really feel super blessed for this to even be happening to me, and for this to even, like, it's just a crazy feeling. Just,
right.
Literally doing what I love, just to, even if it's just barely paying my bills, that's what it's doing, and that's what I need.
Well, you know what, and that sometimes is all you need. You need a type of you need a type of, like, satisfaction, because there's nothing about, like, being in a job where you just absolutely hate.
Yeah.
You may be making some great money, but you're just miserable, like, in life. You're just not happy.
Yeah.
And so it is very important to find those things that you are, like, really good at, to make you happy in life. And even though perhaps you may not have the car you want, or the house you want right now, or the clothes you want, at least you're happy at the end of the day. What I'd say to that person out there who is looking to try to make that, make that obese to beast leap, I would say first off, do what keeps you up at night.
Yeah.
You've got this, like, burning passion, or this burning, like, idea that you just can't shake. Well, just start doing it. That doesn't mean go out and quit your job.
Yes,
but just start working on that idea. And then once you get to working on that idea and your passion is flowing and you're just feeling great about it, think about some of the incremental ways that you can monetize that idea and actually make income off of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then if you're dedicating about 50% of your time to that idea and you're making some pretty good money, then think about what you would be able to accomplish if you dedicated up 100% of your time.
Yeah.
So look at the financials, like, in that perspective.
Yeah.
But just still be happy with what you do. It's really important that that you keep that core, like you were talking about. You just want to just help people. Keep that as your core. Remember your core.
Yeah. Remember that you're not doing. At least for me, it was like, I'm not doing this for money. That's not why I started doing this. Yeah. And so I think that, because there's a lot of people, and you can usually tell when someone's like, you can tell that, like, you're not doing this for the right reasons. At least that's what I feel like
you can. It comes up. It's not as genuine.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're all people, and real knows real.
Exactly.
And so it doesn't come off, and it's not going to be genuine. And the most important thing, and I've seen this time and time again, anything you fabricate cannot be sustained.
That's true.
It will not be sustained. You may make a lot of money or gain a lot of followers or likes or whatnot, or fame in the interim, but it will not be able to be sustained.
It's like that saying, like, you can keep up a lie for so long, but you're going to have to make up a lie to that lie, to that lie, to that lie. That's a really good point. I like that. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Really just off the we didn't even think, but we were just like, let's make a video. Okay, let's do it. So I want to thank Kevin. Thank you so much.
Thank you much.
He seriously was like, you need to make a video. So this is actually more his idea than mine, if we're being honest. But make sure you guys go check him out. I'm sure you know exactly where to find him. Fit Man Cook. I'll have the links all in the description. But thank you guys for checking out the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And there was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.